Et salut à tous, c'est RedKov, j'espère que vous allez bien. On se retrouve pour le programme spécial de la 5.6 de Genshin. Donc c'est parti pour la Réact. On fait un retour à Mondstadt de ce que je vois. Alors, on a Navia. Oh, la cuisinière. Nouveau personnage. Kaishi. Top chef les amis. Escoffier. Cette musique bien française. Ah oui, il y a lui aussi. Ifa, ouais, c'est Ifa. Bon, je sens qu'Ifa va être un 4 étoiles. J'ai pas vu s'il y avait un nombre d'étoiles. On a plus de l'époque de Remuria. Seigneur Rémus. Oh, Albedo. Oh, Mondstadt qui se fait attaquer. Voilà, Mina Gambatene. Oh. Ah oui, carrément. Oh, nouveau personnage. Oh, les Zen Circle. Ok, oh, ça doit être un boss échec. Quoi? Neuvillette a été poignardée? C'est quoi ce patch? Oh. Varka. Qui est Varka? Paralogie. Mais la dinguerie quoi. Premier code. GI56 paralogie. Mais on en parle? Qu'on a Mondstadt qui se fait envahir par les monstres. La ville se fait envahir par les monstres. Neuvillette se fait poignarder. Oh, qu'est-ce qui se passe? Oh, à la base, ça a commencé avec un festival, avec un concours de cuisine. Ah, en fait, Neuvillette s'est fait poignarder. Mondstadt est en proie au chaos. Albedo se fait juger coupable pour meurtre. Je suis là en mode, oh, qu'est-ce que... Oh, what the fuck, genre. Mais, ah ouais, d'accord. Attends, on va peut-être en apprendre plus.
Hello everyone! Welcome to Voice of Ressa, and I have two Johnny LaQuasto, and I'm the voice of
Et là, c'est
And I am
présentation.
so excited to be hosting
moves around is so cool.
It's a piece, not a tale. It's a self-adapting movement signal tracking support mech. It's a piece of tech, basically. It helps Escoffier in the kitchen and in combat. It's one of her essential utensils.
but it looks so much like a tail.
Yeah, a lot of people think that. And considering how it looks, people even call Escoffier a demon chef.
Ah, okay. That seems a little extreme.
Yeah, I'd say so too, but honestly, I don't know much about Escoffier.
Ah
Can
bah
you
oui,
tell us
c'est un
more
nouveau
about her,
personnage.
Emily?
Absolutely. Let's take a look at her profile.
Alors,
Escoffier used to be the head chef at the Hotel de Bord.
Oh,
on
cool.
a recréé le
The
légendaire
hotel is
gâteau
famous for it to be
de
the
bord
head
et
chef.
restaurer le restaurant à sa, on va dire, à sa gloire, on va dire de base, à sa gloire passée. Président de
At the
gastronomie.
Hotel de Bord.
Oh, cool.
The hotel is famous for the extremely popular and exclusive Gâteau de Bord.
Gâteau de bord.
Yeah,
Le
only a
gâteau.
limited amount of slices are available per day. Escoffier is a master of precision gastronomy, which means she approaches cooking as a science. She even develops advanced mecha to use in her cooking process.
Wow, that's some dedication to her craft.
Of course, in Escoffier's kitchen, no dish is ready to be served until it has her stamp of approval. And when she likes something, she gets completely lost in the flavors. It looks almost like she's in heaven.
That sounds incredible, but what if she doesn't like it?
Oh, then she'd probably say something like...
You thought cream of mushroom soup was ready to serve after 3.5 minutes on the stove. You'd have had more
Ouais,
sense serving
c'est Top
hot
Chef,
water
le
with
truc.
ice cubes. At
Cauchemar
least then,
cuisine.
you wouldn't have wasted all this perfectly good cream and mushroom.
Wow. Intense.
I promise Escoffier is
Comme,
actually very well mannered
Pas
most
Philippe
of the
Etchebest, mais
time.
l'autre, je sais
But
plus son
when it
nom,
comes to food, she couldn't be more strict. It's all for good reason though.
L'anglais là, j'ai
Escoffier
oublié son
believes
nom.
her
Pareil,
mission
même
as a
délire.
chef is to make haute cuisine accessible to all. So she's not just strict on other people, she demands perfection from herself too. Because that's the only way to make her dream a reality.
Oh, is that why she develops all those cooking mecha?
That's right. With their help, even people who are short on time or cooking skills can be capable of making a good meal.
Ha, okay. That feels like a personal call out. But seriously though, I'm telling you,
Said Escoffier used to be the head chef at the Hotel de Bord. Does that mean she doesn't work there anymore?
Yeah, that's right. She even had to spend time in the fortress
Oh, dans la
of Meripede.
forteresse.
The Fortress of Meripede? What happened?
We can't divulge the details right now, but all will be
Ok,
revealed
donc il y a
in
une quête
Escoffier's
histoire
story quest,
d'Escoffier.
treasured above all. So be sure to check it out if you're interested, travellers. You'll also be rewarded with extra ascension materials for
Ah
Escoffier.
bah ça de base.
Oh, and travellers will get to take part in a one-of-a-kind culinary showdown in this quest.
D'accord,
Not
c'est dans sa
only will
quête.
travellers get to experience Escoffier's mentorship firsthand, but special guests will also make an
Oh, elle a l'air
appearance.
d'être vénère. Hein, ça.
special guest. Nice. Huh. Okay, I see blubber beasts and romaritime flowers. Wait, do we have to cook 4 blubber beasts using romaritime flowers? That's not much to work with.
All I can say is trust in Escoffier. She can work wonders.
Oh, I'm definitely a believer. Okay, so we know what she can do in the kitchen, but what about on the battlefield?
Right, let's
So
get
right.
into it. Escoffier wields a cryovision and is a powerful addition to freeze-focused teams,
Ok,
which
tu vois,
brings
les
us
teams
to one
légers.
of her talents.
Là, on voit
When
ses calibres
Escoffier's
aussi.
elemental skill or elemental burst hits an enemy, she can reduce their resistance to hydro and cryo damage.
Ok,
The
restons
more
dégâts
hydro
hydro et
and
cryo.
cryo characters in the party, the greater the
Et plus il y a
reduction.
d'hydro-cryo, plus
Okay.
le truc est
So it
important.
looks like the enemies here aren't actually frozen, but the resistance reduction still takes effect.
Yeah, that's really important. As long as her elemental skill or burst hits an enemy, the reduction takes effect. The enemy doesn't need to be frozen. That means the talent works on bosses
Fonctionne sur les
and
boss
other
très nuls non
unfreezable
jeux là.
enemies.
D'accord.
Wow, so
C'est
it
bien.
seems like any character that deals hydro or cryo damage can
Comme moi
benefit
j'ai
from that
Citlali
talent.
en gel.
I can definitely
Oh,
see her
il faut
being
que je
a
monte
powerful
Tartaglia.
support in freeze teams.
True, but Escoffier is not just
J'ai
a
aussi
support.
Fiona qui est bien
She
montée.
can dish out damage as well. with an actual dish.
No way.
Yeah, and when Escoffier unleashes her elemental skill, she summons a cooking mech to the field that follows the active character and periodically fires projectiles at nearby enemies, dealing cryo damage.
Ok, en fait, elle, c'est plus une...
So, with her ability to shred resistance, she basically buffs her own damage.
Non, c'est
In
trop
addition,
bien.
her elemental burst
Restaure le
restores
PV de
HP
tout
to the
gros.
entire
Ouais, c'est une soutien.
party.
Incredible.
C'est pas mal, ça,
Okay,
par contre.
so she can buff the party, dish out damage, and heal. Wow, sounds like she's pretty versatile.
Yeah,
Ouais, c'est
and
juste une
thanks to a
soutien,
different
hein.
talent, she has another ability that really showcases her skills as a chef.
Ah bah oui, au niveau de la
If you
bouffe, elle
hold
doit...
her elemental skill, the cooking mech she summons can
Invoque,
absorb
peut
elemental
absorber l'énergie
energy and
élémentaire.
convert it into a delicious
Convertir un
dish.
plat délicieux. D'accord,
I've never seen a talent like that before.
d'accord.
Okay,
La lettre
so you don't
focale.
even have to prepare the ingredients yourself? Bro, that's awesome.
Yeah, and plus she can produce several kinds of dishes
Ah
this
oui,
way.
Well, that will be
même là, des
so
plats
fun to
légendaires,
check
la
out in
vache.
game.
Totally. So take note of this next piece of news, travelers. In the first half of version
Point noté. Donc elle est bien 5
5.6, we'll
étoiles.
have event wishes
Donc
for
on aura elle,
Escoffier
et
and
après on a
Navia.
Navia.
A new 5-star polearm,
Elle a sa
Symphonist
nouvelle arme à
of
elle, bien
Sense,
sûr.
will be featured
Après
on
Navia,
the
ça peut être
weapon
cool de la
banner. Our
rerun.
new 4-star character Aoife will
IFA
also
qui est
enjoy
4
a
étoiles.
drop rate
Élément
boost
d'une
on the
augmentation
first
du
half
taux de drop
banners.
sur la première
Ifa,
moitié.
no
Ouais,
way,
voilà,
bro.
c'est un 4 étoiles.
I think that's my line, but I couldn't have said it better
Par contre,
myself.
phase 2, c'est qui? C'est qui
And
phase 2?
another
C'est
bit
ça la
of really
question.
exciting news is that travelers will get to spend more time with these two in the new version.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Okay, take a look at this clip and you'll see.
All eyes are on me.
Oh, pas lui.
Holy servants! Behold! The almighty Dragon Lord's magnificence! The heck are you on about? Why does no one ask for the autograph of the almighty Dragon Lord? Kahula how?
Parce que t'es
Oh,
chiant.
wow! No way, bro! What? You little... Oh dear! Oh dear! Do you even hear yourself, bro? How dare you! You insolent, contemptuous... Huh? What are you on about? No way, bro! Huh? Seriously? Seriously? Do you even hear yourself, bro? Darn it! Oh, wow! No way, bro! Do you even hear yourself, bro? You're hopeless! The almighty dragon... Way, bro! See you later! Huh? Ah!
Ça a servi à quoi?
Oh, you meant Kukuku and a how.
You don't know the half of it.
Hang in there.
Off.
Well, Kukuku is just that infectious. So,
Ce que j'allais dire,
travelers
ouais.
met Aoife in the previous version.
C'était quoi le
But since
truc
we
que
now
vous
have the
nous
chance
montrez,
to
ça
add
sert
him
à
to
rien.
our parties, want to give us a formal introduction, Johnny?
I thought you'd never ask, Jane. Absolutely. As most of you probably know, Aoife is a Saurian vet from the Flower Feather clan. In that land, humans and Saurians live and fight side by side. Saurians get sick and hurt
Lui, je
just
pense
like
qu'il va
everyone
tomber un
else.
gros healer.
So Saurian vets do a very important job in that land.
Okay.
And Aoife is a really good one. In fact, you've probably heard of some of his accomplishments already. Like how he saved Kukuku's life, and now, of course, Kukuku works as his trusty assistant.
Yeah, Aoife is practically a miracle worker. I heard a how got sick one time, so Kaniche took him to Aoife for treatment, and what do you know? A how was better in like 2 seconds. Imagine that.
Sounds like Aoife really knows his stuff. I wonder if he can treat all kinds of dragons, like even ones from other nations.
I guess, in theory, yeah, I don't see why not.
Bah, j'avais pas
Plus,
dit
if it
ça.
was an emergency, Kukuku could help him get there in no time.
I mean,
D'accord.
I heard the Flower Feather clan is known for riding kukasaurs, but this is less riding and more dangling, isn't it?
Hey, this is a Kukuku appreciation zone only, all right?
Ok, donc c'est Kukuku qui le
But
porte.
seriously, just wait until you see him sprint. He spreads out those huge wings, and it's super awesome. Oh, and while we're on the subject, if there are any travelers who haven't done the part of the Natlan world quest where you
Demandez-le.
chase down the evil dragon,
Ah
try
oui.
it out with Aoife.
Avec
It'll be a
Aoife,
completely
d'accord.
different kind of
Ah
flying
oui.
experience.
Yeah,
Wow.
Ah,
I
j'avoue,
see
c'est
that.
c'est assez drôle.
Although it looks more like Aoife is chasing down a patient for a checkup.
Yeah. So, okay, what else can Aoife do in combat?
Well, Aoife is an Anemo vision user with a lot of tricks up his
Anemo,
sleeve.
ouais.
For example, when faced with aggressive enemies, Aoife can unleash his elemental burst and
Sédatif
fire a
thérapeutique.
therapeutic sedative, creating a wind current that
Un courant
pulls
de
in
vent
and
qui
restricts
attire et
enemies.
retient les
Yeah,
ennemis.
of course, as Aoife's good bro, Kukuku also helps him out in combat.
Ah oui, d'accord, pour
With
voler.
Aoife's elemental skill, Kukuku lifts him into the air, giving him an aerial advantage in combat. And while in this state, Aoife can continuously fire tonic shots, which deal anemo damage upon impact and restore
sort des PV à
HP
tout
to
le
the
groupe.
entire party.
Ouais, mais là,
Oh,
quand tu vois à
nice.
droite...
So, what kind of team comps work best with Aoife?
bon,
Well, to
c'est
answer
pas
that,
beaucoup, hein.
we should introduce one of his talents first. When Aoife is in the Night Soul's Blessing state, he can use his Field Medic's vision to increase swirl and electrocharge damage
Obligatoire,
based
hein.
on the total amount of Night Soul points across the entire party.
Okay, so he works well with characters that can trigger swirl
Ouais, donc
and
d'autres
electrocharge
persos de
reactions.
Natlan, c'est ça hein, le truc.
And
Beaucoup de
characters
gens
that
se
can generate
plaignaient,
Night Soul points. He seems like a really
Ou en fait les
flexible
persos de
unit.
Natlan sont...
Yeah,
T'es obligé de
he
jouer avec des
is.
persos de
Plus,
Natlan, tu peux
in
pas jouer
areas
en
with
dehors.
Natlan's phlogiston mechanics, if
On
your
va dire,
current
tu peux,
active
mais
character
le
or
meilleur, c'est de jouer
indwelled
avec des persos
Saurian's
de Natlan.
HP drops below a certain percent, Aoife can consume his own phlogiston
Propre
to heal
Phlogistique
them.
pour les soigner.
Nice, putting
D'accord.
those medical skills to use.
Ça c'est si on a
His
Aoife.
kit seems really intuitive, and he helps with exploration. I feel like exploring the sacred volcano will be a lot easier with Kukuku to dangle from.
What can I say? He is a helpful little guy. Now, moving on to our next bit of news, a new boss is coming in version
Un nouveau boss.
5.6, the Secret Source Automaton Overseer device. Travelers will need to defeat it to obtain ascension materials for Escoffier.
D'accord.
I feel like we faced something like this before.
That's because this boss has the same origins as the Secret Source Automaton configuration device from version 5.1. Both are pieces of ancient dragon technology.
They almost seem like two parts of one terrifying
Okay.
monster.
Okay, Jane, let's this. Now, let's kick off.
Because of a
Parti,
festival or something?
Not a fest.
Natlan
Alors.
characters in Fontaine? Is it because of a festival or something?
Not a festival. An amusement park organized by Navia and the Spina di Rasula. Auroron and Aoife are there to deliver Natlan produce for the event. But it's not all veggies and good times, unfortunately. Against the backdrop of the festivities, a smuggling case is uncovered, leading Kanich and Risley to cross paths.
A Saurian hunter and a prison warden. Sounds like a fun pairing.
Yeah, right? I actually have
Okay.
a few sneak
Qui
peeks
donne
to
un
share,
arc
so
aussi.
let's take a look.
Weird. Why is a How cowering behind Kanich? I would have thought he was too proud for that. Oh, wait. It must be because of Fontaine's ban on flying objects.
Ah.
Exactly. Ahau and Kukuku made the journey
enfin,
all the
pour
way to
des oiseaux,
Fontaine
Fontaine, il faut
and
pas les
happened to
abattre.
arrive just in time for the ban.
Ugh.
Ahau was able to hide, but Kukuku got scared and flew straight into the Palais Mermonia. Auroron thinks Kukuku will manage to send all of the important documents in the Palais flying around the building.
Oh no, that can't end well. Well, what about Aoife? Isn't he going to come to Kukuku's rescue?
Don't worry, with Nervalet and Risley there, Kukuku's in good hands. Plus,
oui.
he might even learn a new phrase or two. Hey, check it out. Risley managed to teach him one. Anyone want to guess what it is?
Oh, I don't really know what it could be. I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. Anyway, I wanted to point out
Je crois que ça va être une
there are two
connerie.
dragons in this picture. So, does that mean Nervalet could, like, interpret for Kukuku? You know, dragon to dragon. Oh, I can't wait to see how their interactions go.
Honestly, I can't even picture it, but I just know it's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, there's nothing we can say that beats the real thing. So, if you're interested, be sure to check out all the shenanigans in-game. And trust me, there are a lot of them. Always makes me laugh. Now, on to the actual amusement park. Let me give you some background. It's called the Cheval Moran Film Fantasy
Cheval
Land,
Morin Film
and it's the
Fantasy Land.
brainchild of a well-known engineer and film buff with the Spina di Rasula in charge of the financing, construction, and general operations.
Oh, Lapine Pauline is back. Didn't she almost go bankrupt after basing her research on that fake story? I hope her
Ah, mais je
investment
crois que
pays
son avion,
off
je l'avais
this
pas fait à
time.
elle.
Well,
Première fois,
if
on
the
l'a
traveler
rencontrée.
agrees to come on board, Lapine Pauline might be in a better position.
Come on board. Why are my fraud alarm bells ringing?
It's not like that. If you don't trust Lapine Pauline, yeah, okay.
Ok,
Her
donc
track
ça
record
doit être
isn't
un,
great,
je pense un gros
but at
event.
least
Mais le
trust
truc là
Cheval
avec
Moran and
Albedo
the
et
Spina
tout,
di
ah
Rasula.
peut-être ils ont pas mis
If
pour la
you say
phase 2.
so.
And how do we make sure we don't run it into the ground?
Well, if the traveler agrees to come on board, Lapine Pauline might be in a better position.
Wait, So this is a management
Mais il
sim?
a répété en fait.
Okay, tell me everything.
You got it, bro. Travelers will be in charge of operations like upgrading the facilities, expanding the park,
Ah, moi j'aime
and
bien les
managing the
événements comme
staff.
ça.
During each
Ouais,
business
ces
cycle,
événements, j'adore.
travelers will need to allocate their precious funds and action points to the most important tasks based on their management needs.
And plus, Navia recruited Master Chef Escoffier to run the park's theme restaurant. Woo! The dishes she creates can give you unique
Des buffs de
management
gestion.
buffs, so
Okay.
don't miss out.
Absolutely. You can also increase your revenue by adding different kinds of attractions. For example, in eclectic escapades, visitors can experience unforgettable adventures
Ouais,
where they
les événements
fly
comme
through
ça,
the
moi
air
j'adore,
or
c'est mon
dash
vraiment
underwater
mon
at high
dada.
speeds.
Je préfère ça que les
Or
événements de combat
there's
là.
movie masterpieces where you have to use special abilities to reach the end of the stage and seize the treasure. Before launching these attractions, travelers will need to try them out and create a standardized strategy guide for each one, so that visitors understand how to get the most out of the experience.
Nice.
Oh, and travelers can also add an attraction called Mellow Manor, where they can create
Ah oui, il y
a
a encore
cozy
ça.
retreat for different animals to
Mais
draw in
j'adore.
visitors and increase
J'adore.
revenue.
And
Ah,
travelers
je suis
can
comblé
also
pour les
recruit
événements.
some familiar faces to help run the park.
Oh.
Among the recruits are Fontanian companions and friends from other nations too.
Yeah, that's right. By completing friendly encounters, travelers can learn useful management techniques from their companions. Eventually, these companions will become fixtures at the park and provide even more management support. So, long story short, don't worry too much. You don't have to go it alone.
Okay, yeah, that doesn't sound too bad.
And
No.
plus, once you get down to business, you'll be rewarded for your efforts.
Ooh, do tell.
Oh, I will. Reach a certain point in the operations and you'll be able to claim
Oui, qu'on
all
voit
sorts of
depuis tout à l'heure,
rewards,
hein.
including primo gems and a new 4-star bow, Sequence of Solitude.
Awesome. More primo gems to save for your next pull.
Bah oui, parce que
Which reminds me,
la cuistot, je pense
we
pas la
still haven't
poule en
finished
vrai.
announcing the event wishes, have we?
Oh, right, yeah.
Et en
Sorry
phase
to
2,
keep
donc
you in
Kinich
suspense,
et
travellers.
Shogun Raiden.
In the
D'accord.
second half of version 5.6,
Vous pouvez
we'll
tenter de
have
drop l'arme
returning
de
event
Shogun
wishes for
Raiden. Mais à voir ce
Kinich
qu'elle
and a
vaut
Raiden
Shogun Raiden
Shogun.
maintenant en fait, si elle est pas
Plus, the
powerful.
chronicled Wish banner will be returning in version 5.6. I know a lot of travellers have been waiting for that, so
Pas
check
mal
it
ça.
out if you're
Ouais, avec
interested.
leurs armes.
Yeah, you have to. And best of luck on your pulls.
All right. That was a lot of info, so let's take our first break. Here's the second redemption code, travelers.
Ok, donc ça c'est plutôt cool. Le deuxième code, chef Escoffier 0507. Petite histoire. Ouais, c'est vraiment ok. Ah, ça va être ça.
Once a
Ça va être ça qui m'intéresse.
the
Paralogisme.
Windbloom
Attends,
Festival.
what?
Once a
Le 05, le 7 mai. Elle dit c'est à combien le 7 mai? C'est un mercredi. Ah oui, Wednesday.
The Windbloom Festival. Once a celebration of flowers, now shrouded in
Ah oui, d'accord, mais
unease.
la vie se fait vraiment envahir.
Why is Albedo on trial? Who is the young man in the courtroom? And is he friend or foe?
Ça va être le
What
plus
tidings
intéressant.
does the Dodo communication device bring this time? The answers to these questions and more in the version
Avec les sorcières là,
5.6 Archon Quest.
Ergzon Kivel, je sais plus comment.
Nice voice.
Ah, c'est
Nice.
l'acte
Ah,
4,
shucks, thanks.
interlude
So,
de
we finally
chapitre.
make it back to Mondstadt and Albedo's on trial. I don't even know what to think. But something tells me there's more to this situation than meets the eye.
Well, I've put together some information about the case. Let's go through it and see if we can uncover some new clues. So, here's the deal. Albedo's been accused of murder and unlawful disposal of human remains, and the case is being tried in secret. The logistics captain of the Knights of Favonius, Hertha, seems to have compelling evidence against Albedo, so the situation is serious.
I'm sure
Ah oui,
Hertha
c'est
is
celle
just
qui,
trying to do her job and uncover the truth.
Pour la
But there
réputation,
has
quoi.
to be some kind of misunderstanding here.
Well, in court, the evidence does the talking. Travelers will have access to Albedo's office on the second floor of headquarters to do their own investigation into the case and hopefully track down some clues.
So I saw Jean, Kaya, and Eula in the courtroom, all members of the Knights of Avonius, which
Ah,
makes
ça va être
sense.
très intéressant.
It looked like someone from the church was also there.
Oh, that's Dahlia. He's the deacon of the
Dahlia.
Church of Favonius, so he works with Barbara, Rosaria, and the other members of the clergy. Dahlia acts as the Herald of Barbados, which is interesting because he's also friends with Venti.
Yeah, very
Ah
interesting.
oui.
He sounds like
Dahlia,
a
je pense qu'il va
very
être un
important figure
personnage
then.
jouable.
Well,
De
speaking
toute façon, il y a un
of
personnage
Venti,
jouable de
the
Mondstadt
Domo communication
qui
device
doit
is
apparaître à
back in
nouveau
this
perso.
quest.
Peut-être c'est
At
Dahlia.
some point, Venti
Oui,
needs
je
it to
pense.
get in touch with Alice. But on the first
Attends, j'ai pas
attempt
lu ça.
point, Venti needs it to get in
Abonnez-vous.
touch with is back in this quest.
Il est autour dans
At
cette...
some point, Venti needs it to get in touch
Avec
with
Alice, ouais.
Alice. But on the first attempt, the line connects to Grandmaster Varka.
Le grand maître Varka.
instead.
Ah mais oui, c'est le
It's
grand
only
maître,
on the
putain.
second try that he manages to reach Alice.
Whoa, hold on. You just dropped two major names.
Ah
Varka
ouais.
has been on an expedition for a long time. Sounds like we finally get to hear how he's doing. As for Alice, we know she's the mother of the most adorable
Ouais, une
plebe
ancienne de
and an elder of the
l'Exon
Hexen
Circle.
Circle.
Donc ça, c'est intéressant.
I wonder why Venti needs to get in touch with her.
Donc avec un nouveau boss...
Wait, could it be because of the monsters in the city?
Oh, you know what? In Amber's anthology chapter, she did say the number of monsters around Mondstadt has been skyrocketing lately.
c'était
Right,
il y a longtemps,
and
ça.
now there are even more monsters in the city. So maybe Venti is reaching out to Alice for help.
I think you two are onto something. And if we take a look at this map, we can see that a lot of our old friends have joined in on the fight to defend Mondstadt.
Wow,
Ah ouais.
this is kind of emotional.
Ouais, je pense qu'on va
Mondstadt
pouvoir
was
les
the
jouer
beginning of
chacun.
everything.
Putain, Amber
It's
qui
the
a
place
de
where travelers
retour.
met their first companions and embarked on this whole journey. And now it's in crisis. Oh, hopefully travelers can do something to stop it.
Oh, they can, but it won't be an easy road. Alice can offer something to help, but travelers will need to pass a trial
game
first
before the gate.
and defeat the king and queen on the chessboard.
Anything to
Ça va
defend
être vénère.
Mondstadt. I'm sure travelers aren't scared of a little trial.
Okay. Then let's take a look at what awaits them.
Ah oui. Donc le roi attaque autour de lui, la reine en diagonale. Ou plutôt le... C'est quoi, le valet? Ah, le combat, lui, va être drôle, lui. Enfin, dans son drôle, stylé...
Alice will preside over the first
Le truc
phase of
des
the
échiquiers,
trial.
ouais, ça va être
The
assez fun.
trial takes place on a chessboard, but the rules of chess don't exactly apply. Look closely and you'll notice some of the pieces on the board can harm the king. Travelers can use that to their advantage to create an opening and dish
Fait
out
des dégâts.
damage. But in the second phase, there are no chess pieces to use. Travelers will need to rely on their own strength to emerge victorious.
It
Ils sont
looks like
stylés, en
there's
vrai,
a
les
different
boss, hein.
Dodoco
Moi, j'adore.
presiding over the second phase. One wearing a blue hat. Is that a different mage from the Hexen Circle?
Ooh, I wonder which one.
C'est
Well,
possible.
travelers will have to uncover that for themselves.
Sans qu'on sait que
As for
les
the
sorcières de
second phase of the
l'Exon
trial,
Circle sont
Let
très
me
très
offer a
puissants.
quick piece of advice. The boss has some extremely powerful attacks, but freeze reactions can help you create an opening.
Maybe jot that one down
Donc
for
j'ai
later,
cité la ligne,
travelers.
mais je pense qu'il m'en
So
faudra un
we
deuxième.
know there's murder, an attack on Mondstadt, a Hexen Circle trial.
C'est ça,
We
genre.
have no idea how all of this is connected. Seems like there's a lot for travelers to uncover.
C'est vrai.
You know, if you think about it, first Natlan had a crisis with the ley lines that almost ended in death.
Ah, les lignes
Then,
telluriques.
a similar crisis happened in Liyue, and now Mondstadt is in danger. I can't help but wonder if this is all some kind of terrible omen.
Eh oui.
Yeah, but look on the bright side. It's another chance for answers. Maybe we'll uncover new clues about forces we've encountered before, or what we can expect on the road ahead.
Or maybe we'll even get one step closer to the truth of Teyvat.
Yeah, and then travelers
Sachant
can
qu'il y a
give
le
us all
faux
the
ciel et tout.
answers.
Yeah.
On se rappelait, il y a
I
eu le
think we're
faux
gonna leave all
ciel.
that hard work
On se
to
pose
you
des questions
guys.
sur ça.
All
quoi.
right, okay. Well, let's lighten things up and dive into the remaining version 5.6 events.
Ok.
Yes.
First up on the docket is an event that brings us back to Fontaine, where travelers can test out their tactical brilliance in the new wargame
Bon, ça, c'est les events de
Operation
combat.
Downpour Simulation.
Dude, nice.
Oh, I know. This wargame comes with all new offensive and defensive gameplay.
Ah oui, un côté
The key to
offensif,
success
défensif.
is really
Ça me fait
understanding
penser
your
à
game
Clash
pieces.
of Clans en fait.
Okay, what do you mean?
Well, for example, is it a melee or ranged attack piece? Can it quickly break through obstacles or maybe even bypass them entirely? Once you feel like you know what you're doing, you can test out your skills in co-op. The
D'accord.
actual gameplay is pretty simple. What this event really tests is strategy. For example, when adjusting your defensive lineup, you can even set traps for your opponent.
I see a button called Defensive Simulation. Looks like we can use it to test out our strategies?
That's right. And once you set the defensive and offensive lineup that works best for you, the battle is ready to begin.
Ah d'accord, on peut
And
affronter en
while
fait
your opponent tries to break through your
d'autres
defenses,
joueurs en fait.
your job is to use your chosen offensive lineup to outmaneuver their strategy. The side that breaks the opposing formation first or makes greater progress
Ah
within the
d'accord, en
time
fait
limit
chacun joue de son
wins.
côté et celui qui brise,
So it
on
sounds
va
like
dire
it
qui
all
gagne
comes
en
down
premier,
to
on va dire qui
strategy.
bat
All
la team
right,
gagne en
so
fait.
get tactical, travelers.
C'est sympa
Now,
l'idée de
if
l'event.
that last event was mostly about brain power, this next one is all about firepower.
Let's go.
Okay, let's take a look at the gameplay. Think this is a simple battle for coins? Ha, well, think again. Players will have the opportunity to indwell Saurians at certain
C'est à un
points.
certain moment.
Use their abilities to your advantage, and you might be able to turn the tides in your
Renverser la
favor.
This
situation.
looks
D'accord.
so fun. You could just stay in Saurian form the whole time and blast all the other
Ah ouais,
players away.
c'est drôle quand même.
Oh, if only. The Saurian form only lasts so long. But even in human form, you'll have Natlan character skills at your disposal. So the goal is to collect as many coins as possible to secure victory.
Ouais, donc faut prendre
Nice,
quelqu'un qui
bro.
se déplace assez
So,
vite en fait.
this next event is called Chronicle of Shifting Stratagems. I'm sure at this point in their journey, travelers have gained their fair share of companions and have tested out their skills in a variety of different situations. But maybe there's a character you want to learn more about, like Escoffier, for example. Let's say you want to test out her potential in different team comps. Then, I highly recommend trying out this
C'est
event.
cet event.
Chronicle of Shifting Stratagems gives travelers
tester
the
différentes
opportunity to
compositions
study
d'équipe.
and test
D'accord.
out different team compositions. The event is divided into different levels of difficulty, and there are also challenge buffs to take advantage of, so make sure to take that into account when forming your teams.
Okay.
Travelers can also take a look at the challenge record and
Oh,
see
le
how
record
their
des
friends
défis.
approached each challenge. Could provide some food for thought.
Nice. Sounds like the perfect excuse to do some experimentation and think outside the box.
Indeed.
All right, moving on to some
Ça, c'est
Genius
pour le
Invocation
TCG,
TCG
on bat les couilles.
updates. First,
Perso,
a
ça,
new
je m'en
card
fous.
skin will be added to the
Franchement, ça
card
sert à
shop,
rien.
so check it out if you're interested. Travelers can also look forward to new character and action cards added to regular mode.
Nice. More food for the card sharks.
Avec Seto, ce personnage
There are
useless
also
que
some
tout le
major
monde s'en fout.
updates to automatic artistry.
Ce personnage vraiment il est
Oh,
sorti
so in
pour
addition
rien.
to the character and
presque
action
pour
card
rien.
updates, the elemental reaction effects are different.
Yeah, and during the match, there's now a card refresh option as well as engaging. Travelers might even be able to come up with some
Finally, the ley line.
Ouais,
Let's
les
see you
lines.
on the other side.
Dernier event. Donc 0509. Non, le 9. Donc c'est bien le. Alors attendez, parce que le truc ils disent ça débarque le 0507. Donc c'est bien dans ouais, on va dire 2 semaines. Donc pas mercredi prochain, mais celui d'après. Il y a cet event là avec Neuvillette et tout, No Way Bro, un événement communautaire. Ça c'est les events qui arriveront après bien sûr, pas sur Downpour Simulation. Et donc après ouais, et donc ok, donc ça fait que le 7, il y a le gros event concernant comment ils appellent ça, paralogisme. Puis 2 jours après, il y aura cet event-là. Après, peut-être cet event, il faudrait peut-être le faire, pas genre le 9, parce qu'il n'y aura pas tout débloqué. Mais d'accord. Donc voilà, c'est quoi? C'est IFA KQQ 0507.
Welcome. Let's
les
jump
optimisations.
right into system optimization.
Imaginarium
Some
de
travelers
théâtre,
provided feedback
les
that the
talents,
brilliant
oh,
blessing enhancement
personnages,
process in the Imaginarium Theatre was
le
a
compas
bit
des
confusing,
trésors, la
which made
boussole
it
des
difficult
trésors.
to level up strategically and
Les pins
optimize
des
character turn order. Blessing detail. So, in the version 5.6 update, the dev team has made the brilliant blessing details page a lot more intuitive, which should make it easier for travelers to make strategic level up decisions.
Nice.
Yeah, and in addition, rewards will be available for completing the star challenges in the new season of the Imaginarium Theater that begins on June 1st.
Commence le 1er jour.
You know what would be nice? A restart button after the final act. As it stands right now, finishing the final act takes you directly to the credits, right? What if you just missed that last star challenge? That would be such a bummer.
Yeah, the dev team has received that feedback as well, so a restart button is also being added to the new update.
Oh, nice.
Let's go.
That should make it easier to get full stars. Alright, so this next update, the character's skills, the skill problem. Travelers have probably noticed that when you go to raise a character's skills, the skill descriptions can be pretty long and dense.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable. It's important for travelers to have all the details. But it's also easy to get bogged down in the weeds, so this is something the dev team has been working on. Starting in version 5.6, the descriptions on the talent and constellation pages for new characters will be optimized to be more concise, so it's easier for travelers to grasp the core information. Of course, travelers who prefer to dive into all the details can always expand the content for a more comprehensive description.
Nice! Sorting through all that information
toujours rien sur le
should be a
pouvoir
lot
crime,
faster
malheureusement.
now.
Totally.
Our next optimization is for the treasure compass. Travelers provided feedback that while attempting to complete Natlan's warrior challenges, it was difficult to locate where to pick up the quests.
C'est vrai.
So, after the version 5.6 update, the treasure compass can now track those locations.
Woo!
Yeah, they can.
Vous savez
Warrior
que des
challenges
fois, il y a
are
des quêtes, il faut
important
vraiment
because
qu'on
that's
se
how you
balade
get
à l'endroit
obsidian
pour voir qu'il y a une
fragments,
quête
which you
qui
can
pop.
use to unlock tribal secret spaces, right? It would be nice if the treasure compass could track those too.
It can! And once your exploration progress is high enough, the treasure compass will be able to pinpoint the location of tribal secret spaces as well.
Ah, ça c'est
Similarly,
bien ça.
at a high enough exploration progress, more chests from various nations can also be located using the treasure compass.
Oh, nice. That should really help travelers that are stuck at 99% exploration.
Map pins have also been optimized. Starting in version 5.6, travelers can now delete custom pins in batches.
Personnalisé par
that should
l'eau.
make
Ah,
it a
ça
lot
c'est bien.
easier to start
Ouais,
fresh
parce
if
que
you're
un par
someone
un,
who
ça
really
gagne.
likes to go ham with the markers.
Definitely. Well, that wraps up our
D'accord.
system optimization.
First, we have some
So now it's time for some out-of-game
Enjeu.
news.
That's right. First, we have some exciting collaboration news to share. Genshin Impact is partnering with the
collab avec
global.
Mona.
Let's watch the preview.
Pour regarder ça, ça peut être sympa. Ouais.
Act's third Natlan OST
OST.
album paints very. Stay tuned for the drop.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's all the information.
I am just so excited to uncover more about the
Ouais, le
Arbiter
procès d'Albedo, ça va être
It's
très
so much
intéressant
fun.
ça.
Playable and innovative.
channel. Answers and see you in game track.
Oh. Song of the Walking Moon. Le 30 avril. Oh, intéressant. Ok. Ok. Alors attendez, parce que moi, il y avait un truc que j'avais vu sur Twitter. En parlant de ça, parce que j'ai vu des infos. Je vais vous montrer. Ça charge. Mais ça va être un très bon patch. Je vais faire Genshin FR. C'était ouais, sur Genshin. Ça disait... voilà, ils ont montré... Voilà, Song of the Walking Moon. Voilà, ils ont montré ça aussi. Et ils disent, sur l'ordre de l'édit de l'étoile pâle, les exécuteurs des Fatu ont été rappelés à Snezhnaya et dépêchés à Nod Krai. Les habitants s'interrogent sur la raison pour laquelle cette armée abhorrant la bannière de l'étoile pâle fait halte dans leur ville. Ou peut-être la question devrait-elle être pour qui? Fallait dire pendant le live ça. Ouais, parce que c'est vrai, ouais, il y a les 3 fatuis là, qui ont l'air très futuristes, plus cette grosse machine, quoi. C'est ça qui... Donc j'ai vu ça, quoi. Donc bon, ça c'est les codes, et je crois que c'était tout. Donc on a Dahlia, annonce des doubleurs. Et ouais, et après c'était tout. Mais ouais, non, c'est vrai que c'est très étrange. Je vais voir sur le Genshin classique, mais voilà, sur Nod Krai, donc le 30 avril, il y aura une réact, je pense. C'est quand le 30 avril? C'est mercredi. Je suis pas sûr, mais je crois que je bosse. Mercredi, pardon. Donc ouais, le truc avec Nod Krai, ça va être... ouais, ça va être ça. Je pense qu'en fait, c'est avec les exécuteurs. Pour moi, le truc, c'est que les exécuteurs vont débarquer pour éliminer peut-être Dotoré, parce que bon, Dotoré, c'est surtout ses expériences. Sachant qu'il y avait l'un des développeurs qui disait que Dotoré, vous savez, avait l'arbre cramé sur le trailer qui annonçait Sumeru. On voyait l'arbre cramé que rêvait, je sais plus comment elle s'appelle, je crois que c'est Kolei. Et il disait que ça va y revenir. Donc ça va être ça qui va être très, très intéressant. Et sachant qu'en plus avec Arlecchino, on sait qu'il y a deux factions chez les exécuteurs des Fatui, ou même chez les Fatui, où on a un peu les conservateurs et il y a les autres. Donc Arlecchino fait partie des autres, et les autres c'est les traditionalistes, les conservateurs, où elle dit que tous ceux qui sont des conservateurs c'est tous des salauds. Donc voilà. Mais en vrai, pour le patch, à part, en vrai, je pense pas que je vais pull Escoffier. Je pense que je vais garder pour Skirk, qui je pense arrivera peut-être pour la 0.7, pour la 5.7, sachant que normalement la 5.7 c'est le dernier patch avant la 6.0. Donc ça va être assez intéressant, mais je pense pas, ouais, Escoffier, je vais la pull. À voir, peut-être Navia, mais je pense pas pull. Je pense peut-être attendre. Mais voilà, après c'est un gros event avec plein de mini-jeux. Donc celui-là avec plein de mini-jeux. L'interlude acte 4, chapitre 4 qui va être très intéressant avec Alice. Voilà, on a Varka, etc. Voilà, Paralogie, ça va être vraiment une dinguerie. Donc j'ai hâte en tout cas. Donc voilà la réact. J'espère que la vidéo vous a plu. N'hésitez pas à lâcher un pouce bleu et à vous abonner si la vidéo vous a plu, bien évidemment. Comme ça m'aide le référencement, ça m'aide, ça montre votre soutien, etc. Voilà. Si vous avez des choses à dire par rapport à la réact ou même par rapport à ce que vous avez vu, n'hésitez pas en commentaire, bien sûr. Et le 5 mai, bien évidemment, ça sera... non, le 5 mai, le 7 mai, je crois. Attendez, c'est quoi? Ouais, le 7... Voilà, le 7 mai, et sur Twitch, on fera la 5.6 en live. Donc, dans la description, vous aurez le lien de la chaîne Twitch. Donc, n'hésitez pas à suivre la chaîne Twitch, bien évidemment, ou à rejoindre le Discord. On est beaucoup à parler de tout ce qui est Genshin, etc. Donc voilà. En tout cas, merci à vous tous. Passez une bonne journée, une bonne soirée. On se dit à la prochaine. Sur ce, ciao, ciao et merci.